Hey everyone, I'm Manero here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to take your illustrations to the next level in Procreate. So let's jump right into it. In order to achieve this, I'm going to be using my new Superpower Special Effects brush set for Procreate. You can find it along with a free mini version for you to try out on my Gumroad page through the link in the top right corner of this video or in the description below. Before we jump into the main subject of this video, I want to swatch some of the brushes and tell you a little bit about them. These brushes are a fantastic tool that will allow you to paint with color and light and get amazing results with very low effort. They work at their best over a dim background, since what they do is basically light up as you paint, and that contrast can really make them stand out. I'm going to let the time lapse roll for a little bit, so you can get an idea of all the types of brushes you are going to find in this set. So one of the best things about these brushes is that they work amazingly well when you combine them. By doing so, you can create all sorts of special effects. It is actually super fun to try different brushes and see how you can make them work together, so I would recommend to go wild and experiment. By the way, with this set I include a guidebook in PDF format, where I explain everything you need to know about these brushes and includes tips and tricks on how to use them, but I wanted to give you a visual idea of the contents of the set in this video. With that out of the way, it's time to see how we can use these brushes to enhance our illustration. Right now this artwork looks nice, but it is lacking something. It really could use a punch, and that's what we are going to do using the Superpower Special Effects brush set. A quick reminder that you can see what brush I'm currently using at all times by looking at this rectangle here. Notice that in the current stage, this illustration is pretty dark. As I mentioned before while I was swatching the brushes, this brush set really stands out when used on a semi-dark or dim illustration. The brushes will take care of lighting it up, and the contrast will really make it work. The first thing I'm going to do is to light up the background behind the character using the Another Dimension brush. This brush has some nice color dynamics effect, so it will slightly vary the color we chose here and there to make it richer. I'm using a dark and kind of desaturated blue color here because the brush itself will light up over the background as we paint. Another important thing to have in mind is to not go overboard with these brushes and try to be subtle with each step. Trust me when I say that this will allow you to get the nicest results. The second thing I knew I wanted to do is to light up the eyes and have some kind of fire or energy flowing from them. To do this I'm painting on a layer on top of my character, and using the Synergy brush, I'm going to start adding some confident brush strokes. I'm varying the pressure I apply with my Apple Pencil in order to get thinner or thicker lines. I decide that I also want some of that energy coming out from the beast's mouth. I'm adding more strokes in places where I want the colors to light up more intensely, like the eye itself and the interior of the mouth. I don't forget to add some of this energy behind the beast as well, so that it looks like it is coming from the other eye that's away from the camera. This is looking pretty good so far. Now I'm using the brush called Explosive to add this deep red bouncing light on the dark areas in the face, the neck, and the chest of the beast, and also some blue bouncing light on the left side of the beast. This immediately makes the figures look more integrated with the background, like the characters are really standing in that environment. Switching to the Outer World Glow brush, I'm going to increase the amount of red light that is bouncing in the face area around the light that's coming from the eye. Using the selection tool, I'm isolating the further arm so that I can add some of that red light on it as well. Back to the Explosive brush, I can add the red light bouncing on the mist around the beast's head as well. By adjusting the size of the brush and by passing again over some previous strokes, I can light up this red mist in the areas closer to the light sources. To add a bit of variety, I'm using now the Aura brush that has a little bit of a different texture to it. Notice how I'm not changing the red color I'm using, but by building up the strokes in the same spots, the colors change automatically to become more orange and more yellow increasingly. Now I want to add more detail to the energy coming out of the beast's eyes, and to achieve this I'm using the Hyperspace Energy Balls brush. I'm being very careful to not overdo it, so I'm just adding some touches in a couple of places. Making sure I have the alpha locked in the layer where I have my inked line work and black masses, I'm using the selection tool to give shape to some spots in the body of the beast, where I want to add some bouncing light coming from the light source. To paint in these bits of light, I'm using the Outer World Glow brush again. Continuing with this concept, I'm selecting more areas where I feel it will look better if that part of the line art color matched the light in those areas. Using the Forest Magic brush, I'm adding a few curved lines following the shape and flow from the fire. Here I'm using the Arctic Lights brush to paint this subtle but cool effect that makes the fire look more like it is some sort of magical power instead of just regular fire. With the Magic Dust Light brush I can add a few particles in the air. And again, using the Aura brush, I'm increasing the amount of blue light behind the character to make it pop even more. Using the selection tool, I'm isolating some parts in the warrior's figure, making sure I'm following the shapes I've already established in the drawing stage. And then using the Outer World Glow brush, I'm painting some additional blue bouncing light from the environment. Now it's a good time to check on the general contrast of the piece, and adjust as we see fit using the Curves tool. And after some last details, this is the final result. I really hope you liked this video. If you use my brushes and post your art on social media, feel free to use the hashtag Manero brushes so that I can see what you create. I will be extremely happy to share your creations with my audience. Don't forget to subscribe for more art related videos and give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure to check out my Gumroad page, where you will find my Superpowers special effects brush set for Procreate, and many other sets and freebies that I have available. I'm sure something will suit your artistic needs. All the links are in the description below. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time.